Yeah. Oh, every day, yeah. Every night. Nope, not for the fame, baby. This for my pain. Why they keep saying be patient? Been at this shit, I feel great. Yeah, all of this pain made me bangers. Banging them tracks in my basement. Old shit saying sound great. I don't rap for the fame, baby. I rap to sustain. I don't rap for the fame, baby. Won't cap for a chain, won't spaz on a fake. I'ma stay in my lane, baby. I rap to sustain, baby. And damn, I feel great.
Shout out to Louis P and Brizzy B. You already know what it is.
I'ma stay in my lane, baby. I rap to sustain, baby. Yeah. Ooh, oh, 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 yeah. Every night, every day, mine off the walls like my Vans. I'm hoping tonight all my fears stay away. I look up in the mirror like, B, are you sane? Nothing to say, but I can't look away. Hit the stew with some new beats, not talking Dr. Dre's. YouTube type beats, I'm typing away. Still vibing off the J, hit the Ubo from bass. That's when I always go crazy. Damn, should've put more lights on.
Did you hear that movement? I'm like, yeah, I heard it too. Damn, this paranoid stupid. Thinking that I'm two dudes, the way I separate. Like I need a better way, like reroute the weight.
Go through, yeah, things I can't do in my music. Added like a crackhead, contra Rubik. I distract my anxiety while crafting the tune. When my pen inspired me, yeah, I got no clue, but it rang with you.
And welcome everybody to the Contemporary Comrades Podcast. It's your boy Heavy J. It's your boy Corn. Say what's good, people.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, man. Glad to be back for another fucking fire week of podcasting. We got a lot of fuck shit to talk about. I mean, par for the course. Nothing new under the sun over this way. But nonetheless, fuck shit has to get talked about. It is what it is, man. It is what it fucking is. And
every day is always some fuck shit.
Yeah, honestly. Like I literally texted this dude before we got over. I was like, bro, it's like every day is some more bullshit. Like it just gets worse and worse every day. Like the overall societal picture just gets worse and worse every day.
And our minds get worse and worse every day.
Yeah, our minds definitely get worse and worse every day as well. But before we get into all the bullshit, shameless plugs, hit the fucking links in the description, get the merch. You see it down below. Code HEATWAVE, 10% off. You feel me? It ends on the 5th of July on Monday. So if you don't get it for the low-ish, I mean, I can't really help you out no much more than that. But yeah, man. Like I said, get the merch, hit the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Check us out on the Wake Up Tube. Check us out on all the other platforms that we're on. Check us out on Instagram, all that bullshit, man. We're there more than we're here.
Get some merch, man.
Listen. But
you already know.
We're on those more than we're on here because YouTube, we're having a walk on eggshells here a little bit, but it is what it is, man. Until any of these other platforms we're on, we can do a live stream that will integrate as well as this, man. We're hooked on this, man. And so it is what it is. But yeah, tonight, man, we're going to talk about we're going to basically talk about Canadian government bullshit. We're going to talk about sleepyheads, more sleepyhead bullshit laws, and we have a little bit of an ethics and morals question that we're going to pose to you all, and that we're going to pose to each other. To say for the very end, but shit, man. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into this first topic here. So, as you can see here, the Canadian government has decided to extend Pride Month to the whole summer, and they ask, why not the whole year? I don't know if you can see that; it's kind of funny, but so yeah. The Canadian government has announced that they are expanding Pride Month for the entire summer and calling it Pride Season. Niggas can't even have summer no more. You can't even have summer no more, bro. So, a post on the official government Canadian Heritage website reveals that the change, meaning that the Elemental P events and narratives will be promoted every year from June until the end of September, bro. That's summer and beyond. That's a week after summer, bro. Them niggas got the whole summer and then some. Yeah, bro, June 1st, that's summer.
Still technically spring.
That's spring, summer, and a little bit of fall. A little bit of spring, all of summer, and a little bit of fall. Nigga. Anyway, in Canada, local Pride events span over the course of several months, states the website. Pride season is a unifying term that refers to the period between June and September when LMNOP2 communities and allies, anyways, come together at different times throughout the summer to spotlight the resilience, talent, and contributions of the LMNOP2 communities in many Canadian cities. Why are they adding a 2 on the end of it? You see that?
That's the first time I've seen that.
I've never seen that. Every time, see this. I mean, every time that they got some fucking, it's something always changing.
Yeah, and I thought that it would be a typo, but then I see it again later on in the same damn paragraph.
Yeah, I thought it was it was just first it was just LMNOP, and then it had the plus on the end, and then they got the 2. Like I anyway, I ain't gonna pretend to be able to keep up with that shit. But it says here, since gay rights have already been achieved in every major Western country on the planet, critics, including gay conservatives, I didn't know that was a thing, are becoming increasingly skeptical over the true agenda behind.
I never heard that either.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of a gay conservative either.
I'm learning all kinds of shit already.
Right. Who would have thought? So it's in Canada. It says, well, wait, I already read that part. Yeah, so apparently gay conservatives are saying that it appears to have been completely hijacked by a combination of woke corporations pushing LMNOP rhetoric for free advertising and demented fringe activists who are at war with language and biological sexuality. Interesting. I mean, he said it, not me, but like that seems to make a bit of sense to me. I don't know, bro. Concerns over the increasing degeneracy of gay pride marches and children being exposed to sexualized performances and behavior have intensified in recent years, and we've covered that on this cast many a time. So that's nothing new over this way. Biological men who identify as trans have also exploited mainstream acceptance of the movement to force their way into female spaces. And this is what, again, this person is saying. So, and the article ends by basically saying, apparently the Canadian government is perfectly happy with these developments and wants to expand them over an entire season. So this is what we have. We have now, again, I know it's not America. Would this something like this ever happen in America? I mean, I could see it.
I would say yes.
I could see it. I could 100% see it. But yeah, man, it's Canada. They're a little more, I guess you could say, ahead of the curve on the whole Great Reset type deal than the United States is, right? Because as we talked about, they had their whole COVID plan laid out beforehand, as we went over on here. We've covered the Prime Minister's fucking crazy laws and shenanigans numerous times in here, and actually we've had Mikey, who usually pops into the chat. We've also had Mikey. Shout out to Mikey, who lives in Canada, tell us the real spill about what's going on in the streets in Canada. So again, they're a little bit more ahead of this shit than the United States, but that's kind of for obvious reasons, right? A lot of people in the US aren't really down with this shit. So they get the whole summer, right? Now, a lot of people are gonna say, well, black people get the shortest month of the year, and they get a piece of 3 seasons, one whole season and a piece of 2 others, to be celebrated, quote unquote. To me, this just seems like, I don't know, man. Just like, I'm kind of not surprised. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm kind of not surprised at this shit at all.
I'm not surprised, but I am shocked. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how I usually am with this kind of stuff, where it's like, it doesn't surprise me that this happens, but it does shock me that this is actually like we're seeing this in real life. That this is it's here. It's actually here, and they're making this a thing.
Yep.
Did they say whether it starts this year or are they starting this shit next year?
Let's check.
Because that makes a big difference, and I'll tell you why once we find out.
I don't. It looks like it started ASAP, bro. Yeah, kick off this year's Pride season by participating in a virtual flag raising event. Yeah. So it started this year, and this is the Canadian government's official page. So yeah. So as you were saying,
So this goes to my very big difference, because I was thinking, just little old me, I'm thinking, all right, this is normal, right? They're saying, hey, next year we're gonna start Pride season. Weird flex, and not okay. But I'm thinking to myself, that's what really made me want to ask you that, Jaren. Like because I didn't know if you had already said it or what, but I was thinking it was for next year. And the fact that now that I asked, and they're saying, oh, it's this year, it's already started, and we're in well, not us, but Canada is in Pride season. Well, and you know what? Speaking of Mike, I at least on this channel, he speaks for all Canadians. So I would have liked for him to be on here so that I can ask him myself if there was even a vote that went out for this. Because if there wasn't a vote that went out for this, if this wasn't voted on in the last, this is nationwide, right? So in the last election, per se,
maybe not. I don't think election. It might be a. Well, no, I don't think it would be voted on because you voted in the candidate. Theoretically, you would have voted the candidate who would then do what you want them to do.
Because if you didn't vote for it, and within the, for candidates, if this is a national holiday that they're making Pride season, and your people did not vote on this, well, and then you ask the question, would this happen in America? Oh fuck yes, it would, because they would pull the same damn shit, and it would be what Canada did on steroids.
Yep. Hell, it'd be what they try to do with Juneteenth on steroids.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You got people walking around trying to lessen me on a holiday called Juneteenth. Fuck out my face, nigga.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
Nah, fam. I'm not with the shits.
Celebrating.
I don't fuck with no Juneteenth or whatever the fuck that is. I don't. I fuck with, obviously, the freedom of freeing the slaves and freedom and stuff like that. But I'm not. Nah, fam. You're not gonna try and make up a holiday in 2019 and then try and, so you don't know about Juneteenth in 2021, fam. No. But you know what? I'm not surprised. Like I said before, I'm not surprised that this kind of shit happens. I'm not surprised that they're having this huge ass rollout in Canada talking about some damn Pride season. And yeah, on one hand, I could be one of those people that says, well, how come us niggas don't get a season? How come us niggas we only get the shortest month? Well, whatever. I don't really fuck with Black History Month. Never have. Now I was, forced to do articles and shit like that. Obviously, growing up and stuff like that. But as an adult, and I can think for myself and do for myself, I've never fucked with Black History Month. So I'm not going to be the one to say niggas don't even. But what? Again, there is a side of me that does feel that way. I'm not going to lie. There's a side of me that's like, all right, man, like y'all are going way too far with this gay shit, because y'all were here treating us like we didn't go through. Now, not me personally, which is why I don't really bring it up a lot about slavery and shit, like, because I didn't fucking go through it. I never even met anybody that went through fucking slavery. So I mean, we all go through like our own slavery now. Everybody's slaves now, but you know what I mean. Like I one side of me does believe in that we don't really get the recognition that all the fucking gays and that the gays do. But on the other side, I'm thinking, None of us deserve shit in terms of being, in terms of months and this months and seasons and this holiday. And it's like, fam, like we're still doing this shit. And again, I'm not saying we're still doing holidays. No. Don't get me wrong. I understand that holidays is traditional, all other shit. I get that. That's cool. Whatever. Like, celebrate whatever you want. I get it. I'm not even hating on a gay holiday. I'm not. But when you say month or week or now season,
yeah,
and then I'm guarantee you it's going to start being years. 2025 is the year for Asians. 2026 will be for blacks, and 2027 will, and gays will. Oh, by the way, LGBTQ will now be a race. Guaranteed that your sexual preference will be considered a race. I could say about another quote unquote race, but I mean, if people know the general idea of one's mind when it comes to a certain religion, and they try and call it a race, but we'll save that for maybe Patreon or something whenever we do something like that. But look, I'm not with the whole let's call this a race, let's call that a race, let's focus on this race, let's focus. Like I still don't. I'm 28 years old and I don't understand the reasoning behind everybody focusing on race so fucking much. I'm and to go as far as saying that when we were growing up, correct me if I'm wrong, Jaron, but when we were growing up, I did not see this much of focusing on race, period, in anything.
No.
And people weren't crying at like I don't. This shit came out of nowhere, but like we all know, it came out of nowhere for a reason.
Yep.
This shit, like Jaron loves to use the term, theater.
Yep.
Theater. That's what all of this shit is.
It's
fucking
a lot.
Theater.
We're fucking LARPing right now.
And yes,
fucking LARPing.
Facts.
That's
until
the best
you can
one.
walk out. Yes, and until you can walk outside your door, and I don't, what's the word for it? Interact with other human beings, you won't even be able to see it. I know a lot of people that they chill at home. Herman's like, look, I chill at home too a lot, but they chill at home, they go work home, and then they don't really know what the fuck is going on. They don't know that there's an entire society out here that is brainwashed to the core. That you say the wrong thing and your ass is done.
Grass is grass, bro.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about it later in terms of belief and beliefs in this and that, whatever. But we now live in a society that you don't agree with this, you're done. So when it comes to Pride Month, when it comes to Pride season, look at these companies, Jaron. Look at these companies. July 1st, everybody went back to their old logos. Everybody went back to their old logos.
Yes, of course.
And you know, I mean, cool. But at the same time, I'm like, why even? It's not like your company said we don't serve the gays, we don't serve the blacks. So why do this shit? Why cater to this shit? If niggas was buying your fucking deodorant before, niggas ain't gonna buy it. Nigga is saying that Black Lives Matter and that Asian lives matter and AARP or whatever lives matter, and then you got gays lives matter and all this shit. Yeah, hey, we're Nike, we suck dick too, haha, hee hee. But July 1st, it's oh yeah, you know, masculine athletes and blah blah blah, whatever. Cool. But for a whole, like, why do this? Because either way, year round, the same people are gonna still be buying your shit. Whether you come out and say, oh, we support the gays or not, or we support black people or not, or we support whatever the fuck or not. I don't understand. Like, I get that it's agenda pushing. I get the whole system of agenda pushing, at least for the most part. But I still don't understand the logic behind some of these people, some of these CEOs' minds, where it's like, we don't need, I'm just waiting for somebody to just say, like, somebody at the tippy top just to say, we don't need to change our logo for some gay shit. We don't. Yes, we support everybody. We welcome every. We're not gonna. Nike's not gonna turn away a customer because they're gay. Nike's not gonna turn away a customer because they're trans. Nike's not gonna turn away a customer because they're black, Asian, white, Hispanic, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But they feel the need. Kraft mac and cheese feels the need to tell us that they support the gays. Mac and cheese, fam.
Yep. And
a mac and cheese company.
And that's going to make you eat more of it, right? Because if they're showing their support, that means that it's real, and that means that it's valid, right? So that validates the whole movement is these companies, you know, essentially bending over and spreading them for the movement, right?
Facts. How do you feel about them getting an entire fucking season? Now, and just like, and I'm not even saying looking in perspective of like someone like you or me, right? Where it's like our first thought, like I said, like our first thought would be like, damn, like it wouldn't be a big deal. But to me, it's just like, there's a time where it's like, damn, like even niggas we don't even get 2 months. We don't even get 30 days, nigga. Like these niggas get a full 90 days. Like what? Like, but outside of that, what is your thought on them getting an entire fucking season of this shit?
It's one of them things. I'm my feelings, I'd say, are pretty numb. I guess you say it kind of like I don't like it. To me, it's just as I'm kind of like, you know, okay. Here, basically, to me, it's just more crumbs. It's like, okay, you know, I use that term a lot. Crumbs. It's just another crumb to me. Maybe I'm just so jaded by this shit nowadays, especially. But like, I don't know, man. It's just interesting because we've seen like this whole degradation of any sort of, you know, morals, and at the same time we're supposed to be seeing this promotion of what's supposed to be morally right and accepting this community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while they simultaneously destroy every bit of moral that we've ever had as humans, not even just in America, at least from what we understand morals to be and what we understand morals to derive from. And we're going to get into that later deeply about the moral stuff. Pause. Yeah. But this yeah, oh hell. Look, it's Friday night, man. You already know what it is. But so while simultaneously doing that, you're supposed to then do the morally just thing and support this, right? So it's like it's like the whole, they've taken something and flipped it and then told you it was what it always was. You see what I'm saying? So they've subverted the original understanding of something, replaced it with something that actually does the opposite, but then told you it was the same shit. And that's kind of how I see this shit. And this is just, again, the crumbs within that. So it's like, so now you're going to see these fucking pride. I mean, this is so ridiculous to me that this isn't even something that I would have thought that I would have seen, but it's like something I'm not surprised to see. But at the same time, I'm kind of shocked to see it, if that makes any sense at all. But it's like, I have like 5 different feelings about it. I mean, and look, I ain't knocking the hustle, man. Look, they doing what they doing. You know what it is at the end of the day. Like they doing what they doing. It's going to be, like you said, AARP, BLM getting put on the back burner too, by the way. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but ain't shit popping for BLM.
Man, right, their captain abandoned ship, bro.
I know.
I mean, what happens when a bunch of brain dead mother? I mean, fam, really, what happens when you get a whole bunch of you get an entire society of brain dead people that lose their leader, lose their captain. Their captain says, "Oh shit, I made all this money. I didn't think I was gonna make all this shit, fam." And hey, they get that coach, they get that Coach Tibbs pat on the shoulder. All right, you black lesbian, your time is done. Oh, I'm sorry, you black lesbian Marxist, your time is done. And you know what she says? She bows to them and she turns around to the people, to the brain dead zombies, bows to them. makes her
No,
exit.
they don't even get a bow, bro. The zombies don't even get a bow.
Oh yeah, they don't even get a bow. Yeah, you're right.
They don't even get a bow.
You're right.
They was just losing the whole thing anyway.
Actually, I can't even say that because she made a whole Instagram post about it. So I guess that was her bow.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I have empowered my people and gave them all knowledge. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Of what happened to the Marxist? Wait, can you say words like that on here anymore? I don't know. We'll find out. But we'll fucking find out. But yeah, dude, like I and again, we posted a video earlier on this channel of her saying that she is a trained Marxist. All right, so if you don't believe what the fuck we're saying, just go watch the video. Probably posted up here 8 months ago, something like that. It's on here. It's on Wake Up Tube. Yeah, dude, but yeah, this is yeah, like I said, I guess I was saying it's AARP and LMNOP season right now. So I wonder. So next thing we're going to see, the next thing we're going to see is AARP month. That's going to be the next one, unless they don't already have one.
I thought they did that back in they did it, that was May.
That was May.
Yeah, that was everywhere on May.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's right. We went over that.
Asian, yeah, it was Asian month or whatever the fuck.
All right, so they already got that. Damn. I would forget what I was going to say about the next thing we're going to see. We already saw it, and I fucking forgot.
Oh, I'm dead.
So, yeah, dude.
I mean, the only reason I remember that is because every streaming service that I have was like, it's AAIP month or AAPI or whatever the fuck, AAIP month, and it was just like they had fucking Aquaman front and center on HBO Max. I'm just like, bro, these niggas are fucking crazy, man. These niggas are fucking crazy.
And speaking of the devil, we got Mikey right here in the building. Shout out to you.
Oh, Mikey. Hey, we shouted you out earlier, bro.
Yeah, dude. We just was talking about Canada and the whole Pride season. Let us know your thoughts on the whole Pride season, bro. I don't know if you heard about it. I'm sure you have. Go June 1st to September 31st, bruh, is Pride season. I don't know if you were in here earlier or not. But shout out to Mikey. He said all these movements exploit the sheep and feed them to the slaughter while they cash out. Very similar to your jab zombies. That's a fact. It's a cash out in so many different ways, though, bro. Not more than just monetary, but that's for damn sure. Yeah, bro.
Facts.
It's a cash out. They cashing out on everything. Because look, while everybody focused on this shit, right? This Pride season, you got companies like BlackRock going up and buying up 90% of all real estate. They're buying houses $40,000 over market value, outbidding everybody. But oh right, what did they tell you about the Great Reset? You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Oh, so that's why Bill Gates is buying up all the land and BlackRock's buying up all the houses. Was that you think that might have something to do with that? What do you think, Corn?
I think yeah, it's a part of the Great Reset.
Yes.
We talked about the Great Reset. We talked about the Great Reset before we started recording, and
We were.
Jaron, I keep telling you, like, the biggest thing that stood out to me that when we talked about the Great Reset that I learned from the information that you gathered last year was the financial shit. The actual finance, not just the financial reset, but the fact that we're not going to the lack of ownership. The lack of ownership, bro. Where we're saying that, oh, we're not going to be able to own that, not going to be able to. But remember what that, I forgot what site that was that you showed off of. I mean, it was obviously credible site.
It was on the World Economic Forum site, I'm pretty sure.
Where it had because it didn't say we weren't going to be able to own things. It said we won't have to own. Like, they worded it as if like it's like a relief that we won't have ownership. You know what I mean? I forgot the way the way the term was or the way they worded it, but it wasn't like, oh, people won't be able to own things. No, it was like you won't have to, like you will be relieved of ownership in terms of property and to, like, just all. It's sketchy, bro. It's sketchy. Yeah, and one of these days I'm really gonna have to like sit down and literally probably like for a week and just go through everything for the Great Reset and try and get because it's a huge rabbit hole, and I know we don't have that much time, but it's just something that I think that a lot more people need to be more aware of the Great Reset before it gets here, because a lot of people are going to listen to that shit where it's like, look at what we did for you. You know, us, Big Brother Corrupt Government, we did this for you, for all of you. And it's like, people are gonna take the bait, man.
And look, if y'all want some, excuse me, some tips on how to on how to get around that. Look at your energy stocks. All right, if you want to get on the monetary, get on the side of the monetary gain from all this bullshit, right? Because you know what's going to happen. You feel me? Then you may as well check out your energy stocks, check out your oil and gas stocks. You feel what I'm saying? Check out these AI stocks. You feel what I'm saying? Because these are the things that are jumping up in value because this shit is getting rolled out. And if you our people like to talk a lot about generational wealth. Well, you've got to, unfortunately, to generate generational wealth, you've got to be ahead of the curve and ride the wave with the curve, right? And so you got to have your money in what these motherfuckers got their money in, at a minimum. So, just a thought for people who want to talk a little bit more about the financial part of that. But I mean, I know we're not really a financial channel. We don't really talk about shit like that on here, which I feel like we kind of should. Only because of what's coming down the pike. I know we hint a lot on it on Instagram. We talk a lot more about the monetary side of things on Instagram. If you check our stories, you'll have picked up on a lot of shit. But if you don't look at our stories on IG, we really don't know that we really know anything about it. But trust me, trust and believe. Trust and believe. We've been paying attention. We just might not have been making any videos about it. But
the financial stuff's more Jaren. That's okay. I'm more towards on the dumb side when it comes to financial stuff, but Jaren's more knowledgeable, a lot more knowledgeable in that area.
Yeah, blessing and a curse, I guess. But shout out to Mikey. He said, "Fire, bun them. They can live how they want to live. Just don't force on us and the kids." That's a big fact. He says Canada under fire because they finally can't hide the indigenous bodies buried under churches and schools. That's a fact. I don't know if you heard about that, Corn, but there were like 250 indigenous bodies that were found buried under like a bunch of old churches and shit. Yeah, they found a bunch of that shit in Canada. Yeah, so that's recently. Yeah, they got a little hot water with that, so they're gonna. So again, that's probably the distraction for your country is this whole. Let's give them Pride season. You know what I'm saying? Quick, we gotta distract. That's a good call because I forgot about that shit. But yeah, I did see that and read a couple articles on that. Some wild shit. Shout out to Mikey for that, man. But yeah, dude, shit. I don't have any more fucking anything else to say about this shit, bro.
Nah, man.
Crumbs, bro. It's just crumbs. He said, damn, shout out to Mike again. He said, respect kings. Appreciate you, bro. He says, Canada is under fire. Folks legit burning down schools and churches and tearing down these slave master statues since the mass graves of natives being found thousands under residential schools. Wow. And he said, and then he says here also, the church and the political system, biggest gang in the world. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. And they got each other's hand. They got their hands in each other's pockets. You also got to add the education system in there too.
I was going to say the education and the health system.
And the health system. Yeah, they all add all the damn big systems.
And then the LGBTQ. That's probably the biggest gang, honestly, is the
right.
the elemental P community. That's the biggest gang, I think.
Because you heard what Sleepyhead said, right? He said, he told him, I want all the elemental P's basically to know that I'm proud of you and your president has your back. So when you got the president of the United States on your side, you can be the biggest gang in whatever. Right now, they're probably the biggest gang in the world. Because they're shoving their way down everybody's throats. Pause. They're fucking. You can't say anything against it. Not even if you have no issues with the people themselves, right? It's you can't say anything against the movement, quote unquote, right? Because you might as well be speaking out against. You might as well be blaspheming. You feel me? Shout out to RevX and content. But you might as well be blaspheming if you say anything other than Hail Hydra, basically. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's really all I got to say about that shit. So shit, I guess we'll go ahead and switch gears, bruh. Shout out to Mikey on the comment, by the way. So now we've got the police are going to target Americans based on their ideological beliefs and behaviors. Again, if you've watched the Comrades, you know that this is, I won't say nothing new, but now it's being legislated again. So I don't know if anybody knows, but Sleepyhead has this new domestic terror law. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pull up the White House's page on it, so we'll kind of read a little bit about what it says. But basically, they just say domestic terrorism under federal law is defined as activities that involve acts dangerous to human life that are a violation of the criminal laws of the U.S. or of any state, appear to be intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, to influence the policy of a government by intimidation or coercion, or to affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping, and occur primarily within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. So they basically just slapped the terrorism definition and added within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States on it. So that's what we're did. That's so you, and this is activities that they deem dangerous to human life, appear to intimidate or coerce, or to influence government policy. That's domestic terrorism. Or to affect the conduct of a government. So very broad definition, if you ask me, of what a domestic, quote unquote, domestic terrorist is. So that's what we're dealing with here. Sleepyhead basically said that, basically they're saying here, let me read a little bit of this part. So basically, they say a lot of progress is made by the U.S. government in dealing with the threat posed by foreign terrorists, in particular dealing with how they operated, the way they recruited people, and the way they communicated. And we all know how they use foreign terrorists, right? They use foreign terrorists as fear to make you scared so that you would give up your rights. They could pass the Patriot Act and spy on you because these terrorists could be in the United States. And now there's basically saying anybody can be a terrorist. Not just the tan guy with a headpiece on and a long beard. That's over with. You know what I'm saying? Now it's it could be your average white guy walking down the street, right? Or it could be, your average. I mean, I guess that's pretty much what they're saying. It could be anybody. It could be your average, soccer mom. She could be a terrorist based on her activities. So as it says here, as America closes in on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, feds want the public to believe that the unknown terrorist organizations are recruiting your neighbors to become a domestic extremist. And it says, but it's not just any neighbor. This time it is far-right extremists or white supremacists and Trump supporters who they want to recruit. So the DHS has basically said the most significant terrorist threat facing the U.S. today comes from individuals or lone offenders and small groups of individuals who, based on an ideological belief system, primarily an ideological belief system they self-connect with online activity, but they'll go out and commit an act of violence on behalf of that belief, or a combination of ideological beliefs, or a combination and personal grievances. So they're basically saying small groups of people who have a self-connection with whatever their ideals are, post about it online, that's who they're saying are going to be these terrorists. So basically it means that the feds can target individuals for expressing anti-government sentiment. Point blank, period. So now, not only can you be not only are what I'm saying, we've joked on this podcast about how they've got a file for everybody's fucking name, and in every piece of information you exchange over a cell phone, a computer, a tablet, whatever, or in some public place, goes into this fucking file with your name on it, right? With your biometrics and whatever else they got on you. Especially if you've been prosecuted in jail. They got your fingerprints, they got you, right? Now, basically, if you have, I don't know, let's say a podcast where you talk about the way the government fucks everybody, you could be targeted as a domestic terrorist. Ain't that a motherfucker, Corn? Ain't that a motherfucker? So now, so the shit that we do, we've gone from conspiracy theorists to now we're supposedly, by, you know, not by this definition, but how they can use it could be used as you know, people who do the things we do, podcasters like us, like, you know, like the Luke Rudkowskis and the, you know what I'm saying, even the Tim Pools and people like that. Like, with this fucking logic, they could be looked at as, you know what I'm saying, the DTs. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, the domestic, you know what I'm saying, right? I don't know, Corey, how do you feel about this, man? Because am I reaching, or is this something you think, like, could you ever see one of those bigger, I don't want to say right-wing podcasts, because we're certainly not that, but one of those bigger, like, so I don't want to say anti-government, but sort of like government questioning podcasts. Can you see any of those bigger podcasts like that end up getting, you know, put on a list for something like this? Buy something like this?
Yeah, only because, I wouldn't say only because, but yeah, I'd say that because we see guys like, as much as I hate mentioning this dude, Ben Shapiro, we see guys like that, you know, his shit get taken down.
Like,
I mean, he's very right wing, you could say. I mean, you've seen people like him get taken down. You've seen that although, you know, Alex Jones, the reason why he got taken down probably most likely wasn't because he was a super right wing. It was because of just that one incident with the Sandy Hook thing. But, you know, you see guys like that get taken down. I think, you know, I still don't understand fully how they just fold, because you would think someone like Alex Jones would just make another YouTube channel, or at least have like a hidden YouTube channel for something like that. But no, not like nothing. But, and I get that, you know, they have their own sites, and then, you know, they have a whole like 50 million other platforms other than YouTube. I get it. But now we're talking about domestic terrorism. Now that is something that's something serious, right?
Yep.
Most people probably won't like this answer, but I will say this, because it's a very real answer. And it's that we now more than ever, I feel like we do need to fight for what we believe in. And I feel like no matter the consequences, because that's what they're going to try and scare us with. Now, again, like, I know I'm a very extreme person when it comes to my, you know, my opinions and stuff like that. Like, my opinions are super, you know, sometimes they're super this way or super that way or super whatever the fuck, right? But either way, I'm always 100% behind my answers. And when it comes to this, it's no different, bro. Like, I'm 100% behind either you speak your mind or you don't. Either you say what you mean or you don't. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to deal with consequences, because let me tell you something. They're going to slap you with, they're either going to slap you with domestic terrorism, or they're going to slap you with, you better get the vaccine, or this. You better stop talking against your government, or this. You better suck some dick, or this. Or you better like the fact that we put all this dick in your face and try and make you suck it, or this. You better celebrate this. You better not talk against, you know what I mean? It's always something. It's always obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I wouldn't even say obstacle. It's always like stipulation.
Yep.
Per se. It's always, let's give them this stipulation. Let's give them that stipulation. Let's give them that stipulation. Like, the government still treats us like fucking 5-year-olds, right? The parent makes the kid do something in order to get something they want.
Exactly.
And when do we grow up as a society? When does humanity grow up? Period.
We're actually
stop letting people tell us what to do. And I'm not saying like, oh, we shouldn't have laws, or of course, you know, laws are laws. I get that, but like you said last week, Jaron, there was a time where it was about the full purpose, and again, not to get religious or anything, but it was about the full purpose of or it's about the purpose of fulfilling God's promise, right? It was about the purpose of doing something for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
But now we live in a world where you now have to risk arm and leg just to have four walls, just to live in a building.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
You now have to risk arm and leg just to drive a car. You now have to risk arm and leg just to be able to go to school or get higher education. You don't have to risk, like, it's to go back hundreds and maybe even thousands of years ago to where, wow, we just gotta focus on surviving. We just gotta focus on maybe just focus on building something or doing something constructive or ideas or idealistic or something like that. Now it's just, man, I gotta go to this shit job because I gotta be able to even fucking breathe at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's mind. If you think about it too hard, it's honestly depressing and sad. But it just blows my mind the fact that humanity has gotten to this point where now it's even beyond the point where it was 10 years ago, where we first became adults. Literally 10 years ago, we had just became adults, going out into the world and seeing everything. It's like, wow, you really do have to do this, just to do this, just to do that, just to have that, just to have your basic shit to live. Not even extra stuff, to live, fam. And now 10 years later, now we find ourselves here where you can't even, you gotta figure out which way to even fucking move. You gotta figure out which way to even fucking think.
It's a fact.
You gotta think before anything comes out of your mouth in terms of your own opinion. Are you ready to die for your opinion? That's the big question in 2021. Now, again, it may not happen this year. I highly doubt it would happen this year where they're like, you better do this or you die. But 2022, maybe a different story. That's a whole 12 months from now, or a whole 6 months from now. So,
and they could either be holding a gun or a syringe in that interpretation.
And we're talking 2022, folks. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, 2022 is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Shit, the next 6 months are gonna be interesting, bro. Or I guess fucking 5 months now. It's already July somehow. Dude, summer's already almost like you remember when you were a kid.
Summer's halfway over.
And July would roll around and be like, fuck, dude, July's here already. Like, man, this shit about to be over already. It's like how it almost would feel like.
I will say I've had the most fun, and the most fun I've had, as probably since like 16 has been in the month of July. So July's been pretty lit. July's been pretty lit for me. But this year, I don't know. Last year wasn't too sad. Last year wasn't too great either. But this year, I don't know.
Last year, July for me was very transformative. Yeah, July was very transformative for me last year. It was an interesting month for me last year, but so I kind of feel you on that.
Yeah, let's just say that July is never a dull month.
Yeah.
If there's one month in the year that's never dull, it's July.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. And at
least for the two of us.
Yeah. Because hell, even back in the day, bro, July was like you just said, man, July was lit. July was always lit.
Bro, I'm telling you, from like 15, 16, the month on end, the month of July has been really great to me. So, I mean, excluding last year and probably maybe this year, but look, I'm not hoping for anything bad to happen this year. So.
Right. Oh shit! Shout out to Adam. What's good with you, bro? He says, "True, bro. The words interesting and modern are the biggest curse words now." Hey, fam,
They put modern in front of anything, man. It's not good.
Yep.
The modernization of gender, and it's like, what the fuck?
No, dude. Now you can
mean.
Now you can be transgender. I don't know why that shit keeps going away. Now you can be transracial. That's what it's called. So now you can identify even as a different race.
Did you know that people in wheelchairs can identify as a race now too? Like when I first found that out, I thought it was funny too, but I thought it was a joke. But no, I'm being for real. People
For
in
real?
wheelchair can now identify as a certain race. I don't know where that. I mean, obviously in America, but I don't know where or how that even is even a thing. Like, where can you identify as a whole race and while being in a wheelchair? The shit niggas read, bro.
The shit that niggas legislate, bro.
Yeah.
The shit niggas agree with, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did. Oh, go ahead.
all right. I was gonna say, going back to what you said about us being treated like 5-year-old. Dude, this country is literally pulling a Benjamin Button right now.
Yep.
We're regressing. We were maybe like, we maybe acted like teenage. We maybe got treated like teenagers, 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now with the type of government that's being basically put into place and the types of things that people are relying on the government for nowadays, we are being full on. Government is full on mama and daddy at this point.
Facts. Facts.
To the point where the economy is hurting because the government's full on mom and daddy. To the point where there's all these open jobs because the government is fucking mama and daddy. So like I'm 100% in agreement with what you said about us fucking aging backwards. Like we're fucking, this country's Benjamin Button right now.
Yeah, I do want to share something about this too, because it may not. It's not as extreme as domestic terrorism, obviously, or even like I know they're not thinking it's domestic terrorism, but I want to share a personal story about the social media bullshit of what's already happening. What's already happening, folks. And this happened twice. So I'll give you guys a first example on the first app that I got kicked off, that I got banned and kicked off of, booted and banned off of within the past 4 or 5 days. Whatever day I sent you where I got banned off of Twitter, Tinder. Yeah. So that was number one. So I got banned off of Twitter last week. I mean, I keep saying Twitter. Tinder last week. Look, I you know what's funny is I sent a screenshot, right, to the homies, and of my profile. Jaron, you saw the screenshot of my Tinder profile.
I did.
Ask me. I ask you. Was there anything offensive on there? I'm being for real. You've seen some other profiles that I've made on Tinder that have been way more offensive. Did I have anything on there that was offensive?
No. It was very along the terms and conditions. You feel me? It was there was no 2017 corn Tinder profile in that.
Yeah, no 2017 corn in there at all.
There was no 2017 profile.
So I posted. I would, obviously I wish I would have actually been able to upload the screenshot and put it up here, but I don't. But it was on the profile. It just, all it said was pretty much the only thing that would even be remotely like, what's the word, problematic they use now. So, the only thing that would even be remotely problematic would be where I said I'm not Democratic or Republican. That's all. And I had that in bold letters. So that it would weed out all the bullshit. Weed out, you already know I ain't with the shit. I ain't playing that fucking game. And guess what? Not even a day. Not even a fucking day, people. Your boy logged back on a Tinder, banned. Which means I can never have a Tinder profile ever again with the same phone number that I have.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts. So that's problem. That was number one. Which again, it's a Tinder, so I don't really care. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Like,
but just think about it.
But the fact that it happened, the fact that they decided that Tinder or whoever decided to go out of their way to either report me or Tinder ended up fucking banning me.
Right.
Either one kind of makes me look at people and the company and not just the company, just how society is working right now. So that's example number one. So example number two, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, I am on my personal Instagram account that I've had since 13 or 14. Never had a problem. My personal Instagram account. Never had a problem. I've gotten in debates with people. Hell, I've even gotten in arguments with people. Hell, there are some times where even I knew I was wrong and I was still saying shit just because, sometimes I don't like being wrong. But that was back, in, a few years ago. So I decided to, and the only time I ever decided to say anything on social media is when it's something really pressing and I'm like, these people are really everybody's mind. Even if I got a fucking thing, right?
Breaking up a tiny bit, bro.
So I'm dead. Of fucking course.
You two fucking with
Am I back?
You two trying to fuck with corn.
All right, am I back?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So fuck. God damn it, I forgot what I was talking about. I forgot where I left off at. Goddamn internet. Where did I leave off at?
You said you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you got it.
So I got in an argument with someone yesterday. And not even an argument, just in a debate. There's a character named Black Widow. Obviously, long story short, there's a character named Black Widow. She's been sexualized for the past 10 years that she's existed on the big screen. And then now all of a sudden, all this shit's coming out and she's having her own solo movie. And you can still see the pictures of this movie. She's still sexualized. And yet she's saying pretty much that Scarlett Johansson, the actress, pretty much came out and said, I don't like being sexualized. I played this character for the past 10 years because I had to, not because I wanted to, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, fam, you threw everyone under the bus and said that, and wanted to blame everyone else because everyone is saying that women shouldn't be sexualized now. And now you want to jump on that train because you don't want to get fucking canceled or fired. You want anybody to point at you instead of just taking the blame for it and instead of owning up to it like a fucking human being or an adult or a responsible adult. Or someone who could think for themselves. So again, that's my own personal whatever. I'll probably talk about it on my other channel, whatever. But the point I'm trying to get across is that I had a debate with someone yesterday on Instagram, on this personal account, literally just saying people need to slow the fuck down. People need to calm down, and it's okay for women. And I'm not saying it's okay to just think of women as just pieces of meat or whatever, but I'm saying it's okay for women to be sexualized. That's all I said. Fam, I said literally 20 minutes later, I get back on Instagram and I'm like, how did I end up on a half-ass Instagram account? I was like, I could have sworn I left off on my personal Instagram account. Go to my personal Instagram account. That shit, like I can still see it if I'm on a different account, but I cannot access my own account at all. I go on it, it won't refresh, it won't load, nothing. Instagram didn't even send me an email. Didn't even send me a notification or anything. I still don't know. I mean, I know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but I just can't refresh my shit. Like my account is gone. My personal Instagram account is gone because I got in a debate with. I didn't call anybody out their name, which sometimes I do. People see that, but again, I'm surprised that this of all things got me banned from Instagram or got my account, whatever the fuck. But that shit's fucked.
Wow.
Because the gangs, like we were just talking about, the gangs in control let people mark your shit. And because I've been looking at it, I'm trying to look this shit up all day, even though I've been swarmed at work all day. But whenever I had a chance, I'm trying to look up, like, how can I figure out what's going on in my account, whatever. These gangs now leave it up to people. And Jerry and I covered this a while ago.
Yep.
Misinformation can not only can pertain to the vaccine bullshit, but can also pertain to the agendas being shoved down everyone's throats, which includes race, gender, all this other bullshit. Yeah. So my only guess, everything leads to obviously what I said here. So which I know that me saying that I think it's okay for women to be sexualized in 2021 became this huge fucking problem. I knew that in the thread that I was in, people are gonna say something. Little did I know I was gonna get fucking banned from fucking Instagram. My account was gonna be like,
oh man,
I've had that account since 2013 or 14, and that shit's Dunskies. I lost everything.
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Here's the
because
thing.
Because the gangs, the fucking gangs, man.
Right. And even within what you said, here's the thing that nobody wants to understand. If a dude approaches a chick, he's already sexualized you in his head. Point blank, period. He's already thought, is she sexy? Could I smash? He's not thinking, I wonder if she has a PhD and I wonder where she works. That's what she's thinking about the dude. That ain't what the dude's thinking about the chick. So
and they ain't even thinking about that with the dude. I can tell you right now, bro, the bitches that the women that I guess it's not appropriate for me to call them bitches while we're talking about the sexual relationship, but
right.
the females that I work with, fam, every second of the day they're sexualized women, bro.
Exactly.
Like, customers walking, he's fine. Oh, come look at this man. Like, I'm just like, fam, y'all are more fucking sick and obvious than men are most of the damn time, because they're running to the damn window. They see a 6'2" nigga with braids, and then every girl running to the window.
And here's the thing, that story will never get told, bro. That story will never have.
Oh, it will. As long as I have a voice, that shit will be told. Now, whether people will listen or not, that's a different story.
Yeah. Niggas ain't gonna get banned for saying something like that on IG. Just put it that way. But saying what you said, you said 20 minutes. That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. Shout out to Revex Content, man. He said IG canceled corn? Question mark.
Yes, IG canceled corn, man. IG definitely canceled. My personal account is fucking DONE, fam. BANNED. Because hey, Jaron, you've seen all the I wouldn't say controversy, but you've seen all the crazy shit that I've said on Instagram.
Oh, you said
when it comes to debates and getting in arguments with people on my personal account. But the fact that all I said was, it's okay for women to be sexualized in 2021. Of all things, is the one thing to get somebody kicked off of social media for good.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
So I mean, look, man. Like we said before, we are surprised. I mean, we're not surprised, but god damn, we are shocked. God damn, were we shocked that all this stuff is happening. They are cracking, bruh. This stuff we were talking about before, about the agents of chaos and these gangs appointing these leaders of social media and these secret what do they call them? Secret agents on social media that just random people that they hire just to misinformation, delete, ban, block, this, that, report.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. And then if you get enough of them, your shit's done.
It's happening right now, guys. I experienced it firsthand, and I'm glad that it was my personal account, not my half-ass account. Because I definitely would have. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have left a few fucking voicemails for Instagram or whoever the fuck.
Damn Instagram, can you?
I'm gonna call up somebody's customer service and leave them a fucking somebody's getting cussed out. And,
I don't give a fuck who it is.
I don't care who the fuck this shit is.
Oh man,
ain't nary nigga gonna block half-ass or ban half-ass.
They wish they thought they could try. Damn, bro, that's crazy, man. I thought I was over here. Because he told me what I was going to hear was some shit, and you're right, bro. Because off camera, we were talking about how my 2 uploaded videos have gotten the 2 strikes on the channel, and I was like, and I literally told him, I was like, bro, well, at least you don't, you know what I'm saying, get the fucking channel fucking banned like me. And he's like, oh, I got stories for you. I was like, oh hell. Oh hell. So you already know. I guess we're just some fucking deviants over here, bro. We apparently like are skating the ragged edge of whatever the fuck, right? We're in that gray area right now for sure, bro.
It sucks, man, because I'm shook. I can't debate with anybody on fucking social media anymore because I can't afford to get any of my other accounts taken down.
Oh.
So it's like, god damn, now I got to just fucking sit here and watch these idiots. Now I got to sit here and just watch these idiots just be idiots and influence other people, and they don't get their shit reported. I mean, I don't even if you report my shit, that's cool. If anybody gets reported, I think that if somebody gets reported, they should be able to fucking at least appeal it or something, whatever. But I think everybody's learning from YouTube where they're just saying, hey, fuck the appeal system, and just you can click the appeal button, but
right, it don't mean shit.
We ain't gotta fucking look at it,
right? But
unless you got a legit lawyer, it's gonna cost a lot of fucking damn money just to get your fucking YouTube account back, which most people don't have and aren't willing to do anyways.
Could you imagine a comrades with 121 subscribers getting a fucking lawyer to get the channel back? Like it's just not in the cards. You know what I'm saying? It's just
at that point, might as well just go to the fucking dark web at that point.
Right. At that point, yeah. Exactly. Just go to the dark web and start.
It's fucking crazy, dude. Like, I never thought I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I never thought I'd get banned from fucking social media for something stupid like that.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. Even amidst all the bullshit. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
But it's here, folks.
It's here. It's
watch out.
And it's happened.
They don't care about y'all's truth. They don't care about our truth anymore. They don't care about the people's truth and their own opinions. No. They care about that agenda that they got to push.
Yep.
That Kool-Aid you got to drink.
Ushering us towards hell. Basically. Straight to hell. There. But like they said in that article too, joining about Biden, like where they're saying, oh, your neighbor could be a terrorist and blah blah whatever. This is where it starts, bro.
History repeats itself a lot, and a lot of this stuff that's happening right now, it comes straight from the Holocaust.
Exactly.
It comes straight from how they created Nazis in Germany, telling niggas that, oh, it's your neighbors. Your neighbors could be this.
Exactly.
Based off of what's on this sheet. What did Biden say last year before he even became president, before the race even started? He said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yeah. That's a part of that Nazi list. I'm not saying that's, but you know what I mean. That's the hypothetical. Yeah. That's a hypothetical checkbox on the Nazi list. Did you vote for Biden? Did you take the vaccine? I'm appalled.
You haven't yet?
You're not a sheep? You're not tagged?
Guys,
Jesus Christ.
Get him.
You know
what I'm saying?
And concentration camps, man. China learned from Germany, and US learned from both. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's a fact. Yep. Yeah, the doors are getting swung wide open for all that shit to walk right in. No resistance. No resistance. Well, at the same time, ushering in a digital currency that I don't think that they should like, because there's no privacy in it. But they're ushering in a digital currency to where anything and everything is traceable and trackable. The day we have a digital currency is the day freedom dies. Point blank. Period. Privacy dies. Because after that, everything you do, because think of it, everything you do right now pretty much involves money in some way, shape, or form, right? You gotta have gas to drive your car to go somewhere. You gotta have, if you ain't got money for you can't do anything without having to spend money. Now imagine that, but digital and being tracked and traced by down to the very cent, right? Everywhere it's been, every person has been to, every hand in that, every quote unquote hand that exchanged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's dude.
Once that shit comes in, bro, forget about. I know the crypto gains was good. Trust me, I experienced them. I know the crypto gains was good, but when that shit becomes the standard, bro,
when it becomes mainstream, period.
Yeah. It's already. I would say it's already mainstream, but when
it
becomes implemented as like this is what we're doing.
Currency.
Yeah. When at that point, bro, it's over with. It's over with. Which, by the way, will happen before 2025. If you know me personally, you know why I know that. But we're gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually we're gonna go into our last topic here. So we're gonna pose a welcome to the Contemporary Comrades ethics class. You feel me? We're going to propose a moral dilemma to you all. So whoever the fuck is still watching this shit and you're still participating in the chat, feel free to participate in this with us. But what we're going to do is, now I got sent this video from a friend, and he basically said that it was fucked up what this man did to these people, right? So we'll watch the video and then I'll go into that backstory. But shit, well, yeah, let me just go ahead and just play this shit real quick. Country ass internet. Can y'all hear it? I can't hear it, can you? Because I have it muted. Of course it's muted. It started from the beginning. I think I'm you would think, you know, working IT professionally for 10 years, I'd know how to fucking use a computer, bro. But maybe not.
What happened inside this home last night?
When the time comes to defend yourself, you best do something.
The words of the 80-year-old homeowner who confronted two robbers.
I walked in on them, and they downed me. They jumped on me in the hallway.
But Tom Greer says he managed to...
Pay attention to that. He walked in on them. They jumped him in the hallway and downed him. Okay.
...get his .22 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver. He says when that unarmed couple saw his gun, they took off out the back door, and he followed.
The lady.
Now pay attention to that. They saw the scrap and they dipped. Or attempted to dip.
Didn't run fast as a man, so I shot her in the back twice. She's dead, and they told her off, but he got away. She says, "Don't shoot me, I'm pregnant with a baby," and I shot her anyway.
Bro, that video at the end.
Yeah, that stupid shit at the end just killed it. All right, let's play that scenario over one more time. In case you didn't pick up on it.
Home last night.
When the time comes to defend yourself, you best do something.
The words of the 80-year-old homeowner who confronted two robbers.
I walked in on them, and they downed me. They jumped on me in the hallway.
But Tom Greer says he managed to get his .22 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver. He says when that unarmed couple saw his gun, they took off out the back door, and he followed.
The lady didn't run fast as a man, so I shot her in the back twice. She's dead, and they told her off, but he got away. She says, "Don't shoot me, I'm pregnant with a baby," and I shot her anyway.
Bro, that shit, bro.
That shit dumb.
Jesus Christ.
So RevX already says legally he's screwed, but I hate home invaders, so good for him. All right, so I think this happened in Florida. Shocker. And if this did indeed happen in Florida, he is not legally screwed, because there is a law that allows you to, if basically
It's on your
if
property.
Yeah, if it's on your property in general, you can, you know, and you've already, you know, done the whole self, you know, and you're in self-defense. Now here's where the argument comes in. But they were running away, shot him in the back, shot the pregnant, the allegedly pregnant woman in the back. So here's my other thing. So like I was saying before we started watching the video, I got sent this by a friend, and he was basically saying, "I'm all for defending yourself, but what the fuck is wrong with this old dude?" That was his thing. I went into a whole thing about basically it's on him, it's on the dude, it's on him, and here's my reason why. So no, answer me this. What are some of the 10 commandments? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. What happened in here? Thou shalt not commit adultery, all et cetera, right? So you've got somebody breaking in somebody's house, running through their shit, and then he pulls up on you. You tackle him. All right, so they've already committed violence against this man, right? Then he grabs the strap. Then they run away. Shoots the chick in the back, kills her. Corn, I think that he is within his moral rights to have done that. I want to hear your opinion, then I'll explain why. You can explain why. And if anybody has any opinion on this in the chat, drop it down there. So go ahead and say what you think, and then I'll explain my position.
So I think he was right for obviously he's right for shooting at him. Where it happened, like I agree with you with everything you said. The problem really comes in, at least with me. I maybe I read the video wrong, or maybe I was listening to the video. I don't know. But the problem with me comes where she says, "Whoa, wait." Where he said what? He had already shot her down, right? He shot her twice in the back. She fell, and then she's saying, "I'm pregnant," right? And then he shot her in the chest, and he shot her anyway. She died. Well, I got some bad news for you. You shouldn't have been robbing somebody when you're pregnant.
That's literally what I said in one of the text messages. That's literally what I said in one of the text messages.
Especially, like, fam, it don't even matter what state it was in. You're in America, fam. You go in somebody's house, you don't know what you're going into.
I'm saying.
like, pregnant or not, fam, you went into their home. And not only did they just go in there just to steal, they jumped an old ass man. He said they beat him down. Dude was he was wearing a cast, wasn't he? Old ass man. They beat the old ass man. Now I don't know if that was from them, but I mean, I would assume that they beat his damn arm off or something like that. I don't know, broke his arm, whatever. But the fact that this old ass man still was able to run out the house, shoot these niggas down, or shoot one of them down and kill him, good on him. Good on him. Because, yeah, I mean, honestly, first, I mean, there's 3 strikes right there. You went into someone's house to steal. You broke it. You invaded, period, into somewhere you shouldn't have been going, period. 2, you did it while pregnant. 3, the man knew you were pregnant that you were with. 4, you could be lying, saying you're pregnant just so you don't get killed, and you still got killed anyways.
Right.
And then 5, you beat the man, you beat the old man up. Then he grabs a gun. Now you want to run. Fam. And those are only from the details that we know.
Right. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the full interview actually revealed that she was not pregnant. So not only that, she was lying to try and not get shot. And the old man said, "Nah." He fucking, bro.
I didn't see the whole interview, so I don't know. But from that video that you sent me, pregnant or not, fam. And again, I'm not saying he should be, we should be merciless, but fam, like it's not his fault. He's protecting himself, and probably there were other people around him. He's an old ass man, so I'm sure there was somebody there with him. Maybe, I don't know, but could have been. Dude could have had grandkids with him or some shit.
So you basically
because if this were the other way around, I wouldn't even say the other way around, but if this were a particular situation like we had last year, or hell, not just last year, but you know what I mean, the whole George Floyd shit. But if it was a black man that was invading into another man's house, an old ass man's house, beat him down, damn near break his arm, and then he's run out the back door as soon as he sees his gun, and then the old man shoots him and kills him, what's that gonna cause?
Exactly.
Let alone a woman, and she says she's pregnant. And let's say, Jaron, you were right about that interview, and a full-blown interview, because there's people like me that didn't see the full interview. Then it's like, well, in the interview, the man says that she said she was pregnant. He shot her anyway. We got to hang him and his whole damn family. That fam is America at its finest. When they do shit like that, when they put people in situations like that. So, and I think in this, because I'd be saying the same damn thing if something like that happened. If it was a black man or woman and they get shot because they invaded someone's house, beat an old man down, then run as soon as they see a gun. Especially an adult. Like that's some 15-year-old stupid fuckhead shit.
Yeah.
But I assume these were 2 adults.
Presumably.
There's no excuse for that.
No.
So I mean, all I really have to say about this is that she died. She got killed, and he was in his right to do so. And I believe that he should have done it, because imagine getting when someone puts their hands on me, I get, like any human being, you get angry. So imagine two people and you're an old ass man. You don't lose your anger when you get old. You're still a human.
Right.
So if you have a gun, if you know you have a gun in your reach and you are in fear for your life, especially as an old ass man, I would assume if they're within, shooting distance, they look, they catching some quote unquote strays.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, now, so you essentially you agree with my sentiment in that he is within his rights to do this. Now I'm talking natural rights, inalienable rights.
Yeah, because I mean we don't know. Because I don't know for sure whether this was Florida or not, but I mean they might have said it, but I mean if Florida or not, like fam, within natural human rights, natural law, yes. I think in terms of morals, yes, you are still in your, and Robert said it correctly, morally. Like, fam, that's all that really matters at the end of the day when it comes to, like, yeah, we get the law stuff, but when you're an old ass man, you're dying. I mean, we're all dying technically, but you know what I mean? Like, when you're an old ass man, you don't give a fuck.
Right. So let me read you the pushback that I got from this individual. They said that shooting someone in the back while they run away is not within your rights. And they said that you are no longer defending yourself. And if he had tried to shoot them in the house, that's different. But he shot them while they were running away, so therefore it was not within his rights. And again, that to me, shout out to this person. That's my homie, right? And it doesn't matter. But that to me is a symptom of the, I guess you could say, the victim sort of environment we live in now. It's like everybody's a victim. You only care about the victim, when really there were two victims in this instance. One of them just happened to get iced. You see what I'm saying? So
you mean suspects?
Well, no, well, yeah. So, yeah. I guess you say she was a victim because she got shot and died. You're a victim of death, I guess, in that point, right? Victim of a bullet. And the old man was a victim of a breaking and entering, and then that turned into a physical assault.
Yeah. But
this person saying, "Oh, if it wasn't in the house, then therefore," and they were running away, it doesn't count. That's not going nowhere. Not even in court. In my opinion, and clearly yours too. And shout out to Rev X. He says, morally, she got what she asked for, and I hope you're right that he gets off legally. I think the guy's free. I think he's good.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been doing that interview if he hadn't. Yeah. Again, he's an old ass man. I highly doubt somebody's gonna arrest an old ass man for
shit. They arrested Bill Cosby, and he out now.
Let his ass go after 2 years. They said, "Oh shit, he really is about to die." Yeah, let's
Right. You notice in his interview he said,
"Free to go."
Just
no, he didn't.
Yeah, just.
Did you see his face though? You see his face though when his wife started talking for him. They said, "Bill, what?" He said,
"Literally, bro. He was like, I ain't got shit. Like, they got this."
He said they already know what I've been through. He said, I'm gonna let them talk. He said, I'm about to go. I'm about to go get me a massage, some pudding pops. Shit.
Oh man. But anyway, back to Revex's comments. He says, I have no remorse for an elder abuser or a home invader. One less low life scheming on innocent people. Hey, bro. I mean, I'm with you on that, man. Again, it's to me, there's no moral. Well, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, if you're gonna break into somebody's home in general, you better be ready to die.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like telling them, yeah.
My whole response was play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's really what I wanted to say. Six words. And that really sums the whole thing up. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Don't, whether you're pregnant or not, don't break into somebody's house and then assault them and then not expect to get shot in America. Period.
Yeah.
It don't matter the state, honestly. It don't matter the state. You could even say, oh, California's gun laws and oh, New York's gun. Niggas will still shoot you. If they got it, you best believe. No matter if you're running away or whatever. If you break it into somebody's property, you're on somebody's property, the people will shoot you and let the legal system deal with it later. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. So again, unless now they didn't, then the Burglars didn't even have a weapon. Which congratulations, you played yourself. Again, if you're gonna do some shit like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's
you either get busy living or you get busy dying. And when you invading somebody's house, you're doing nothing but getting busy dying. So
that's a fact.
You're Dunskies, fam.
Unfortunate fact.
Like you said, congratulations. You just played yourself. I wonder where the man is. The man that got away is.
Probably in jail. I had to guess. Or was in jail. I don't know how old it was, but shout out to Red Wisconsin said Bill Cosby back on the loose. Yeah, back out here on the loose. I don't know. He looked pretty stiff. I don't know. I don't know how much on the loose he's going to be, but he ain't behind him.
He got a whole wife at home.
Yeah, he old.
So I thought she left him when he got locked up, but I guess not. I thought I saw reports that she had left the estate that they lived on. So maybe she's back, or maybe that didn't really happen. I don't know. But
did you see the beef between two of the women on the Cosby Show?
Yeah, the mom, she defended him.
Yeah,
like the mom from the show. I saw that it was on Twitter, and the mom was I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was like, I'm glad that blah blah whatever. But then I also saw that there was a bunch of random celebrities just fucking bashing the fuck out of this dude. I'm just like, man, like I don't know why, Jaron, because it usually doesn't like, and I'm not saying it gets to me or anything, but it usually doesn't like. I usually don't really. How do I put this? Like I usually don't really talk about like. Hey, we shouldn't really be talking about, this black icon, blah, blah, whatever. But like when it comes to Bill Cosby, it's just like with our culture, we're taught that this was like, at least maybe not now, obviously not now. But, when we were growing up, it was like, obviously he was, it was way before our time that Bill Cosby was like really big, in the world. But this dude was like, America's dad, except, obviously America's black dad. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is the embodiment of what you should be as a black man, because again, like Bill Cosby, he wasn't a big supporter of the younger black comedians when it came to like the 80s, late 70s, 80s, definitely not 90s. Like 90s, he was like, you could go back, you could hear every person that was big in the 90s in comedy and just hear that how much Bill Cosby hated him. And hated the comedy of the 90s in terms of black comedians. But I mean, you look at the time that he came from, man, and he taught real shit. And not saying that comedians don't, and not saying that comedians didn't, but Bill Cosby always was about real shit.
Yeah.
Which I could always respect. Now, like, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with him when it came to disagreeing with, younger comedians in that whole era of, that ran 3 decades of great comedy, some of the best comedy, I believe. But at the same time, I mean, Bill Cosby is the legend. He was like the pioneer for everyone.
Yeah.
So where all this hate comes from, because I can't help him if he came out and said he drugged all his way. I never believed it once until he came out and said, yeah, I did it. And I was like, well, can't really help you there, fam. You just admitted to doing it. If I was 80 years old and I did that shit, I'm not gonna lie, I would not say I did that shit. But the fact you're 80, whatever the fuck, and you're like, yep, I did it. It's like, well, good for you for being for being truthful about it. But at the same time, fam, can't really help you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know,
The shit that got him off is crazy too.
does,
Like
does,
well, go ahead.
does it help? I mean, go ahead.
No,
My question was stupid.
I was just gonna say, I mean, according to I guess the articles and shit, what got him off was that there was a lawyer or somebody who agreed to some terms with him that something wouldn't be published or something like that, and then that made Bill have a private, not a private conversation, but like a conversation or like an interview type thing with somebody, and that got used against him in court when they apparently had an agreement that wasn't going to be used, that wasn't going to be admissible in court, essentially. And turns out it was. So it's basically that's why they were like, we can't. This isn't good law practice. We can't allow this to happen, overturning the fucking verdict. And he got out. And niggas don't understand law either. So obviously they're just going to be mad that he's out, not understanding that the shit was somebody fucked up somewhere, or it was all planned. One or the other. You never know anymore. But
it's going to be weird because I know we didn't really plan on this Cosby talk, but I'm actually glad we talked about this because it does. I think it's healthy and important for us to talk about it. Him being out. That's why I didn't say too much too soon, because we don't know what like you said, what kind of real deal this dude struck. Now, right. OJ was one of the lucky ones where he didn't have to strike this deal of coming out here and supporting this and that. OJ still being OJ, still talking shit on camera. I like OJ for that. I don't know. But Bill Cosby, look, is he going to sit at home and die? Like, not literally, but you know what I mean? Like is he going to be out of the spotlight now completely? Or is this cat going to, obviously nobody's going to hire him or anything like that, but is he going to be some kind of advocate now for certain agendas being pushed?
That's a good question.
Because yes, it would be out of left field for Bill Cosby, for us to be looking at Bill Cosby like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be out of left field to see someone in that position do something like that. Because right now we still got the four fathers, right? We got Denzel, Tom Hanks, Bill Cosby, and John Candy's dead. So, but yeah, I mean, you still got a lot, that generation of people that, even though Bill Cosby was still before Tom Hanks, but you know what I mean, like the older generation of influential people in the world of entertainment, of all backgrounds. You got the people, black culture, and you got the Hispanic culture and white culture, blah, blah, whatever. But we still have yet to see those conglomerates actually come out and do some fuck shit. So, I'm just waiting for that to happen, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I just don't know when or how.
They got to get all this other shit out the way first.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But look at what we've been taught.
Actually, I'm sure they'll make it.
Right, yeah. They don't slow down for anything. Once they come up with it, or they say, hey, this is a good plan for us to come out with this and say Bill Cosby this and blah blah whatever. Like, to me, they don't really try and wait for anything anymore. I mean, like we talked about last week, that whole collapse thing in Miami, like they weren't sitting on that. They wasted no time.
And also, they actually came to follow up on that. They came out and said that it was structural damage. They had known it
because they had to, and they had to evacuate it. And that's when I saw that article that you're talking about, I was like, I feel really bad to be that. Like, I would hate to be the owner of that fucking property.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That dude's getting sued. He ain't DONE. He's DUN. Period.
Yeah.
He's done skis, bro.
Your fight is done.
Your life. Shit, you're gonna fucking fight. Your life.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. Especially if you knew that shit and it was just. Oof. That ain't good. That ain't good. Man.
Facts, man.
That ain't good.
Look, I am not. I'm not embarrassed to say it, though. It's good to see somebody like Bill Cosby out. Only because He's an old man. Like we just finished talking about a story about an old man. Like it's like, fam, when you live a life that long, I mean, granted, whatever Bill Cosby did, he did. I get it. I'm not gonna say sit here and say he deserves to rot in jail. And we've had that morality talk before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not morality talk. That moral talk. I don't think morality might be the word, but it might need something different. But we've had that moral talk before when I want to say 2 years ago, Jaron, when we were on here, maybe not on here, but on the Comrades talking about the whole Bill Cosby situation when it finally went down, when he actually went inside, when he got locked up. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And we had that talk about morals, and if we believed if someone should have to spend that long in prison, especially at that age. Yep. And I remember having that talk, and my idea hasn't changed. My thoughts haven't changed. I don't think that. I think yes, there's certain people that do need to be locked up. But I think prison is just way too harsh for anybody. Period. I don't know, man. It's a weird system. The prison system is a weird system. But then again, for people with money, it's like fucking vacation for some people, man.
Yep.
So.
Yep, sure is.
I don't want to see, I'm not embarrassed to say, I don't want to see somebody like Bill Cosby rot in jail and die in jail. I don't want to see it. It was the same thing back when who's the head coach from Penn State from years ago? Fuck. I should know this. I definitely fucking know this.
I should know it too. Joe something, right?
Joe Paterno.
Paterno.
But yeah, when that whole Sandusky thing happened, it's just like, fam, y'all are punishing Joe Paterno? And you know what happened? They took his statue down, and then he died, bro.
And he died, yeah. Yeah. Crazy shit. All that man's legacy. Done.
Gone.
Absolutely disgusting.
And that was a sad day too, because that was back when I was following college football like religiously, and bruh.
Yeah, that was back in 2012 when that shit happened. 2013.
Yeah, that was like smack after high school too, when that whole shit happened. It's like,
yeah, for sure.
What the world has come to, bro.
Yeah,
man. Oh, what the world has come to.
Oh, geez. So, just to close on the whole moral dilemma argument of whether the dude was justified for shooting the chick in the back after they broke into his house and assaulted him. I'm still on the whole yes thing. Now, you pretty much explained my point, but basically, I mean, yeah, it's to me, it's an open and shut case of he was well within his natural personal rights to defend himself. And to me, it's a pretty cut and dry case given the events as they happened, or at least as he said happened. And I'm sure they're interviewing him because, they presented it as factually true, because obviously there was more. The guy who was running away survived. I'm sure they caught him. I didn't look at the full. Well, I looked at the full. The full interview, but they didn't go into a whole bunch of details about when they caught old boy and all that kind of shit. But yeah, man, I basically just wanted to bring that up and kind of go over the, kind of do something a little different, kind of give you a moral kind of a situation, a real life situation where I had like a difference of opinion with someone and over, natural law, natural morality.
Facts.
And it's essentially it's just interesting to me that something that seems so clear to me is within somebody's rights apparently is not in a lot of other people's, and I think that has to do a lot to do with the brainwashing and the brainwashing, the propaganda, the victim pedestal. The victim like being put up above anything and everything, regardless if they're at fault or regardless if they had any, no matter what they were doing, as long as they were the victim. Like in this case,
Yep.
they broke into the house and assaulted the guy, but they're the victim because they were running away when they got shot. And like that's so symbolic to how this shit goes now. It's like you can do all kinds of fuck shit, but I got a perfect example. That Shikari chick who took the world's fastest 100-meter sprint.
Mm-hmm.
And got they did all this whole black women power, all this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She fucking failed the fucking drug test for weed and she got suspended for 30 days. And niggas talking about this is why we need our own sports leagues and blah blah. I'm like, bruh, they gave Phelps 90 days. She only got 30.
And it has nothing to do with fucking race.
And her justification on it was that her mom passed away and she had to cope with her mom passing away. Which I can understand.
And there's a lot worse things to do.
Right, and there's a lot worse things to do.
To cope with that.
For some bud, you feel me?
Facts.
So, I mean,
and honestly, I don't think there's anything better to do. Get some bud and to cope with something like that.
Right.
Like
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And here's the thing. She knew what she was doing. People, she not even mad. People are mad. People are mad at the fucking Olympics. Like, bro, she knew what it was. She was like, yeah, I did it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I did it.
It's just interesting to me. The whole, like, people are trying to victimize her and she's not even victimizing herself in the situation.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That's the shit. People just like, oh, but you were wrong. They banned you. You were just mourning. Well, like, she signed a contract. She's playing under an organization's terms of use, terms of service, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You get drug tested. If you get popped for anything, you get suspended. That's what happens. She knew it. She smoked anyway. All right. You feel what I'm saying? She took the record and then she fucking, you know what I'm saying? Now she's not gonna be in the Olympics. The community is more mad than she is, bro. This is what happens when you put too much stock in other people and don't live for yourself. You gotta live through everything and everybody else. Shit like that. That's how shit like that happens. But I was a little bit of a side rant, but yeah, man,
that's facts though, because I think there's ways to there's things you can use as a coping mechanism. There's things you can use as just a mechanism in general, which is whatever you're dealing with mentally or physically, whatever. But like you said, you don't want to live through something or someone. And that is what this generation, I don't want to say this generation like in general, but this generation of humanity, this day and age of humanity, that's all we do now. I mean, I sometimes I find myself doing it sometimes with some things that I enjoy doing or watching or playing or whatever. I find myself sometimes living through it and not, believing in myself to do it on my own. I can get the full experience if I do it myself. You know what I mean? If I am the creator in this aspect rather than just sitting here doing something or sitting here watching something. You know what I mean? And I know this might sound like super like, oh, you have to always be motivated to do something, like nothing like that. But like you said, like you don't want to live through other people, because when you do that, you judge their every single move. And that is, to me, that is what all of these fan pages do, all of these fucking tribute pages. Like social media has really exposed humanity in the aspect of living through other people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fact. Damn, dude, yeah.
TikTok is another example.
TikTok's a huge example. You don't even speak. You just fucking mouth words and shit on that motherfucker. And act like and dance like a fucking robot. But that's empowering. And it's so body positive. I'm just
Facts.
like, bro, what?
Facts.
This nigga, like, dude, like, it ain't even. It ain't. Is it really all that though? Like, is it? It ain't got to be all that. Like, it don't. But it is. It's like everything got to be. I don't know, man. I'm just. Everything's got to be part of something. Not part of something, but everything's got to be like used to validate some bullshit, agenda. Everything, or it's got to be used to, so it's as a result of some bullshit agenda. You know what I'm saying? It's tiring. It's fucking tiring.
It's always tiring.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you find yourself getting like let's be real? Do you find yourself as time goes on and as all this crazy shit continues to happen not even every single week, we just talk about it once a week,
right?
But this shit happens every single day, and we see this kind of stuff every single day. More and more evidence that we are moving towards the end. Do you find yourself, I wouldn't necessarily say gravitating towards, like in a positive way, gravitating towards all this bullshit and like just learning more and just keeping your head buried in this stuff? Or do you find yourself just doing it? Like, not necessarily gravitating towards it, but do you find yourself doing it more? Being around it, not around this stuff more, but being more into it, researching more what's going on. Obviously we see the shit that's going on, but like I'm talking about doing more like digging and everything around what we're preparing for in terms of the end.
Yeah, I did a bit of that. Here recently, as I've been not really in it like that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I did a bit of that shit. I was really, really into it in college. Like I was like, I could recite like names of shit that I don't know, man. It just like it was the amount of shit that I retained from this shit in college. Like I can't even retain now because I'm sure I get pissed at myself now because I'm like, damn, I remember that from fucking 10 years ago, but I can't think of it right now. Or like I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like because I don't know, it's just so many fucking things have happened since then, and so many other things have put a lot of my focus and memory into. But don't get me wrong, I still know it when I see it, right? Don't get it twisted. Like it's not like it's fucking just escaped my mind. It's just like pulling it off the dome for this fucking cast every single second. It's just not, it doesn't happen quite like that with me. But yeah, I would say, yeah, I mean I've gravitated towards it, but at the same time, like I'm way more balanced with it now than I was. Like I was pretty hardcore like into it, but then I had to be. Like I'm glad that I was at that time, because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't know what I know now. So like I'm way more mellowed out with it now than I was 8-10 years ago. With all this kind of shit. But I mean, things have definitely happened. Things are happening faster than I even thought they would then. But at the same time, I kind of didn't. Like it was weird. Like I kind of like certain things got kind of blended in with other things I didn't think they would get blended into. Like I remember my thoughts at that time. They've blended agendas in and gotten them in faster than even I thought they would have back then. With how they were doing things back then. So like they've evolved. And I mean, like we said before, like you can't help but just sit back and like, damn, like these motherfuckers really got this shit. Like, can't help but be impressed, honestly. But yeah, it's but yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't even say that impressed because they've been brainwashing us for decades. You know, they've been
centuries. Centuries.
Sitting us in front of a TV just doing.
Oh yeah.
You know?
TV TV ain't even, you know the crazy thing is? TV hasn't even been around 100 years yet, bro.
Mm-mm.
You know how new all this shit really is? In the grand scheme? It's fucking crazy, dude. And look how shit has escalated since. Just look how shit's escalated since the last 100 years, bro. And we're excluding World War I if we say the last 100 years at this point. Pretty much. We're at the tail end of World War I. just and that, that was post-industrial revolution at that point. Yeah, it's crazy how shit's rapidly progressing.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. In 500 years, we went from sticks and stones to
Breaking bones.
yeah. AI breaking bones.
Hey, all I gotta say, man, is stay true to yourself, bro. It's like that's the one thing that we have to do, man. Is we can't keep letting this bullshit. I cannot tell you how many times I let some of this bullshit get to me, and I just have to say something. Now I can't really risk that anymore. But at least not as much. In person, obviously, if I feel the need to say something, I'm gonna say something. But because that's a different story. But this social media shit, man, it ain't worth it, man. Unless you want to risk your shit, getting taken down, your YouTube pages getting taken, your hard work, Ben, you better be ready for that shit, man. Because I sure as fuck wasn't ready when that shit happened to me. Now I know. Now I know how to be ready. And then I should have been ready a while ago for shit like that to happen. Because when you do stand up for yourself, and not just for yourself, when you stand up for what you believe in, period, or when you stand up for your opinion, and you bring facts, you bring stats, and they still say it's misinformation.
Yeah.
That's when you know we have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's when you know we have a societal problem.
That's a fact.
Not just a structural one.
It's a fact. Or a structure of society problem. Either way.
Both.
Yeah, both. Fuck it.
Because the structure's broken and everybody's screaming. Well, not now, but everybody was screaming. At a point, the structures. Congress can't do shit. The higher ups, the government can't do shit for us. Blah blah whatever. Now the government let the people roam the streets. Now the government let the people burn down the buildings and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And let us act a fool. Now it's time for us to pay them back with our souls. And that's what most of Americans have already done.
Yep.
You already paid with your soul already.
Yeah.
And more is coming. The chips and all that, it's all coming.
Yeah. Shit, if you got a social security number, you pay with your soul. You didn't even know it.
It's all coming, man.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Shit, bro. Any last words? You pretty much close it up, man. I can't even follow that up, bro.
Why do you always fucking say that?
Because you always come with the heat at the end, bro. I mean, at the whole thing, but like, especially at the end, man, you be fucking killing shit. Fuck I'm supposed to say to that? Yeah, this nigga said everything I was gonna say. Eat your vegetables.
Take your vitamins. Say your prayers.
Vitamins. Nah, if you eat properly, you won't need to take no vitamins. But you have to supplement other things, minerals, really. But anyways, yeah, man. Hold on, let's see what looks like. Mikey dropped a comment. Shout out to Mikey. Said dope show, pure gems as always. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for everybody who showed up tonight. We had a decent amount of people watching tonight, which was good to see again.
Fuck yeah.
We must have did the thumbnail or the algorithm right or something. More people ended up popping up on this thing, which was cool. But shout out to everybody who dropped a comment and participated in our shenanigans tonight. You see what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to RevX Content, and shout out to everybody watching in the clouds. Appreciate all y'all. Make sure y'all hit the merch. 10% off till Monday. Make sure y'all check out all our other shit.
Scrolling down here at the bottom.
Yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and do yourselves a favor and snag that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, all that good shit. We'll be back next week. We might be switching times. We might not be on Friday nights consistently much anymore, but we'll you'll see us. You know what I'm saying? If you follow us on the social media, you'll see us, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, man. Anything else you want to say, Corn, before we close this thing up?
No, just keep supporting the fucking Brotherhood, man.
Keep supporting the fucking Brotherhood, man. That's really ain't nothing else you can say. You know. With that being said, I'm gonna find a fucking song to play. I kind of want to play. I want to play some Paul Wall, bro.
Oh shit, bro! I was bumping some Paul Wall the other day.
Were you really?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna play Still Tipping because it's it's right here. But yeah, man, it's just the comrades. We're gonna close it out with some old H-time player shit. You feel me? But thanks for commenting and everything. Hope we're gonna have one more comment. Let's see. Mikey said, interesting note on memory. Check out Billy Carson on the transfer of consciousness, digital consciousness transfer. Oh yeah, we've talked about that on this cast, bro. I haven't checked out Billy Carson, but we've talked about
the transfer
before. And actually we did a whole two video series on a TV show Netflix did based on that called Upload. So check out that show Upload and check our review out afterwards, bro. But yeah, appreciate the comment.
Yeah.
And yeah, make sure y'all check out them joints because they was fire. But anyways,
a lot of information too.
Yeah, a lot of information in that. But without further ado, we're gonna still tip our way out of here. Thanks everybody for watching and supporting as always. We'll be back with some more fire later for y'all. Peace.
Still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in
This shit take me so
hard, bro. Pause.
wrapped in Bobos, tipping Bobos, and I'm packing Bobos. Still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping
Mike Jones was on this joint too, wasn't he?
Hell yeah. Who?
tipping on Bobos.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Now look who creeping, look who crawling, still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your chick, pulling tricks, looking slick at all times when I'm flipping, bar sipping, car dipping, Grant Wood grain gripping, still tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping, hoes and no packings and no packings, blowing on that endo, GameCube Nintendo, 5% tint, so you can't see up in my window. These niggas don't understand me, cause I'm boss hog on candy. Top down at Maxis with a big Glock 9 head.
This beat
So hard, bro.
Dressed to impress, big boss belt buckle under my Michelin S. Oh, Gucci shades up on my braids when I escalade. When I'm riding spree wheel sliding like a escapade. I got it made, the big boss of the North. Ain't shit changed, I still represent what's your house. Huh? Tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos, tipping on Bobos, wrapped in Bobos.
Hey, you already know, Mikey. You already know, bro. This whole era was just nasty, bro. Like the music that came out of Texas and Houston in that era, bro, just untouchable.
Lane switching with the paint dripping. Turn your neck and your dang missing. Me and Slim, we ain't tripping. I'm figure flipping and syrup sipping. Like do or die, I'm pole pimping. Car stop, rims keep spinning. I'm flipping drop with invisible tops. Hoes bop with my drop, step out. I'm shaking the block with 418s. Candy green with 11 screens. My gasoline always supreme. I dodo the brand with a pan of lean. It tastes grinding to be a king. It tastes grinding to be a king.